Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are Deception Stoppers, America's only 4D education service. I'm not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. We don't advocate that you don't support your human offspring. We simply advocate that you made them in private, take care of them in private. And today, gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how and why you should not be accepting mail, and I'm going to show you how there's no authority over an obligor if that mail gets returned, unless they do it by some sneaky crap. Okay, one of the things I'm going to drill in your head for this year is that you are not an obligor. So let's look at now. I'm coming from New Jersey Child Support Hearing Officer Programs Operations Manual, page 46, 1208 accuracy of uniform summary support order. All right, the child support hearing officer must ensure that the uniform summary support order is carefully reviewed for accuracy. Okay, the litigants must, not should, not we hope, must. That's a command. Be properly named and properly identified as either obligor or obligee. Okay, so number one, if you already have a name, right, you're John Doe. Now all of a sudden you accept this invitation that was sent to an obligor, and you go to this hearing. Now you're getting renamed and re-identified as an obligor. Okay, so we're going to go to page 306, and we're going to look at the definition of an obligor. An obligor is the person who is obligated to pay, also known as a non-custodial pay rent. Gentlemen, anytime there's a jurisdictional issue in Title 4D, all right, they're under that contract, they only have jurisdiction over an obligor, which is a person. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go to the New Jersey statutes. Okay, what is a person? The word person includes corporations, companies, associations, societies, firms, partnerships, and joint stock companies, as well as what? Individuals. Unless restricted by the context to an individual as distinguished from a corporate entity, or specifically restricted to one or some of the above enumerated synonyms, and when used to designate an owner of property, may be the subject of an offense. Includes this state, the United States, any other state or United States as defined in infra, and any other foreign country or government lawfully owning or possessing property within this state. All right, so a person is a corporation, and we know for a fact that they don't mean a human being, because here's how you tell. You go to the New Jersey Constitution and you look at the preamble. Again, gentlemen, we, the people of the state of New Jersey, grateful to who? Almighty God, for our civil and religious liberty. All right, so if God gave you this civil and religious liberty, who is the state or the 4D crime family to take it away? You have to consent. All right, now here it is. Anytime you see the word person in the Constitution, gentlemen, it is referring to human beings. Genesis 1:26. Let us go, let us create man in our image and likeness so that he may rule. Man, the adult male of the human species above the age of puberty. Okay? That's the Constitution. But remember, the mention of one thing is the exclusion of another. So within the Constitution, since all persons created by God are by nature free and independent, then that means all persons that are not created by God are not. So it doesn't say all obligors, all fathers, all pay rents. Does it? No. It says all men, free, not subject to the legal constraint of another, having the power to follow the dictates of your own free will, independent, not dependent, not subject to control, restriction, modification, or limitation from any given outside source. Gentlemen, you need to know those words. Sleeping. Okay? All political power is inherent in the people, and government is instituted for the protection and security and benefit of the people. What people? The people created by Almighty God. It doesn't say benefit or security of the obligor or obligee or children. People, human beings. Okay? Let's go back. Now, we know that the obligor is the corporation who is obligated to pay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and we're going to look at this mail. All right, and that's page 196. All right, and this is Directive 1208. All right, this was, it's a little older, but it is still in effect. Okay, this is called diligent efforts. And what the state does is, if they cannot contact this obligor, they'll use diligent efforts to what? Verify the obligor's address. See it right here? Again, obligor. So that means when they are mailing something, they're mailing it to an obligor. This is federal law, the Federal Personal Responsibility Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act, PORA. Okay? What PORA does is it provides diligent efforts to what? Confirm the obligor's address, not the man. Okay? Let's go down. Diligent efforts protocol. I'm cutting through a lot of this because I want you to see in the red here, it clearly states obligor's address. If you look through here again, and you can go slow, look, obligor address, okay? Obligor's address, obligor. So this is all that pertains to. So, under this protocol, diligent efforts, requirements are satisfied when the obligor's address is searched by ACSS. All right, this is the Automated Child Support Enforcement Service computer. With any new address having received verification from the U.S. Postal Service, which is a corporation. The Automated Child Support Enforcement System thereafter generates the certification. Here, when the obligor does not appear for a hearing and a judge or child support hearing officer is presented with the certification, and probation represents that the notice sent by regular mail has not been returned, the hearing should proceed as effective service on who? The obligor is presumed at that point. Gentlemen, anytime they are sending out invitations with a zip code on it, all right, they are sending them out to an obligor. Okay, we missed one right here. Okay, obligor, that's all you will ever see pertaining to child support. I don't care if it's New Jersey or not. Okay, so if that mail if it's been returned, all right, it opposites here. The hearing cannot proceed because there's no effective service on an obligor. So if you don't return it, it's a default. If you open it and read it and don't return it, you already accepted mail for the obligor. You openly admitted at that point that you're an obligor because that's who that mail was sent to. Okay, if that mail is sent back, they can't do anything. Well, I take that back. They'll worst case over a period of time. You notice down here, they will issue a bench warrant for failure to appear, if appropriate. But if they can't provide due process, then for the obligor, they're stuck. All right. And if you go through this document, all you will see is obligor. Now, check this out. This is the authority, gentlemen. I keep teaching you. All right. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Take their information, use it against them. They can't come back and say you're wrong. Well, no, that's not true, Judge. I'm not, Mr. Contractor, I'm not an obligor. And accordingly to the authority, the Jersey Rules of Court and statutes prescribe the manner of service of process that must be followed when enforcing a support order. That means that mail has to go to an obligor. For purpose of enforcing a support provision in an order or judgment, the court may deem, here it is, due process requirements for notice and service of process to have been met with respect to the what? The obligor on delivery of written notice. The most recent residential or employee address. If the obligor fails to respond to notice and note to the notice, if the obligor fails to respond to the notice and no proof is available that the obligor received the notice, the party bringing the enforcement action must show that diligent efforts have been made to locate the obligor. All right. A certification documenting unsuccessful efforts to locate the obligor shall be provided to the court before any action adverse to the obligor is taken based on failure of the obligor to respond. Okay. Gentlemen, you are not an obligor. Title 4D only applies to an obligor. Their 4D contractors, subcontractors, agents, and employees only have authority over an obligor. Stop being the obligor. Stop providing commercial energy for it. More importantly, mail is the first form of jurisdiction because they send it with the zip code affixed. Okay? Zip codes are for the corporate United States and its agents. All right? Corporate United States agents are assigned Social Security numbers. The obligor is identified by a Social Security number, It makes it two things. Number one, it makes it the property of the Social Security Administration, and property has no rights. And number two, it makes it an agent of the corporate United States who is on federal corporate business. I'm the Amen Osiris. Stop accepting mail for the obligor. Worst case scenario, I always advise don't write anything on it. It depends on what, but don't if you can avoid it, take it. You put it in a bigger envelope. You send it back to whoever sent it to that address, care of your address, and you can use a zip code, right? Once you get that green 3811 postcard back saying it's been delivered, all right, the obligor has not been served, and you are denying you're denying your commercial energy for the obligor or non-custodial payment on the father. Okay. If you need help, bang my email at hathorSec@gmail.com. We do Zoom consultations, whatever you need. All right, it's time to start suing these people, folks. The 4D crime family is finished. They wanted this war, and I'm going to give it to them. They started it, and I'm going to finish it. Hotep.